Hi Capricorn. How are my sexy powerhouses doing? I have an appreciation for you all. I think you know that though. We've like built a rapport. I definitely have a rapport with my Capricorns. And it's so funny because I don't have like any Capricorn in my chart. Um I do have a Virgo moon, so maybe that has something to do with it. But you guys just, I think I have so much fun with you. I think Leos and Capricorns get each other, like the sense of humor about life. At any rate, you guys continue to impress me every month, every time I'm talking to one of you. One of my closest friends is a Capricorn. Oh my God. I don't think I know another person in my life that I can laugh. Like we have such a twisted sense of humor together. And we laugh probably more than anybody I know. Like we snort laugh together. So yeah, I love you guys. And I'm excited to talk to you. It's an interesting one. I mean, how was your birthday season? I hope it was fantastic for all of you. I know we're squarely in Aquarius season now, but we are starting off February with kind of a bang. You know, we are in January 31st, we have that full moon eclipse in Leo. So powerful, so powerful. And that's in your eighth house, you know, like your underworld rebirth house. So you're coming into February. I'm going to feel like Capricorn, you are going to maybe feel a little shaky. A little like I just went to the underworld and came back out, like quite literally, you know, an eclipse kind of does that anyway, and then it's in your eighth house, so wow. And then, you know, of course, we have another partial eclipse in Aquarius on the 15th, which is your second house. That's a more comfortable placement, and we're talking about resources and finance and things like that, and kind of just revamping that a little bit. So, but those are really personal. You know, the side of is it in your eighth house? Am I like totally making this up at this point? Yes, it's in your eighth house. I'm sorry. My houses are getting all wonky in my head right now, but yes, that is it. And then in your second house. Okay, forgive me. I'm going to just take a deep breath here. I'm filming this before this Leo eclipse, and of course I'm a Leo, so I'm feeling it. Okay, so then yeah, you have another eclipse in your second house. So your money, possessions house, and then your like soul, spirit, rebirth houses are getting a lot of influence from the moon. You know, this month is a lot of movement with Mercury and Venus, as usual, doing sextiles and squares, and kind of our communication and the way we're vibing with other people is really strong in February. It's kind of that time. And then Aquarius is always asking us, what are we doing in this collective world as it is, right? So, and then for you, the way you connect with the social and the platonic and the collective, along with what you're doing in the world and the possessions you have in the world, it makes so much sense, Capricorn. Oh my God, your placements are kind of cool, I have to say, house-wise, especially if you're a Capricorn rising. Okay, let's look at the note I have for you guys as I'm shuffling. I'm doing what I'm doing this month, like I did, I think last month, is 3 cards, 3 sets of 3. So this works its way through the month. It just gives me a feel for the vibes coming through every 10 days or so in general, though this, for everybody, it's going to feel a little different. But the note I have for you is check it all a second time. That's all it says on the paper. Check it all a second time. You know, we have Saturn at home with you guys. I wonder how that's going for you all, if you're feeling good with it, if it has been treating you well, if it has been opening up some new doors for you, energizing you. I hope it has. I think in general it's energized a lot of people, caused a lot of shift, a lot of reality checks, but I do think that with this second house influence in Aquarius the first part of the month, and then with the eclipse in the second house, you are going to be looking at how you are investing your being and your resources day to day. Eclipses kind of have this deja vu, strange effect in making us ripple through all the times we maybe played out a scenario or a formula that we thought was working for us, and then we come to find that it has been burning us out and burning our bridges down, and then we have to look again. So let's turn over these cards and see what we got going. Wow. Ooh, Capricorn, you are all over the place this month, I have to say. Okay, let's look at the first three cards. We have the World, we have the Hermit, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Man, here we go. So the World is perfect because, like I said, February 1st, it's the day after this crazy, super blood blue moon that only happens every 150 years. It's an eclipse in your 8th house of death and rebirth. So you're coming into February kind of exfoliated is the way I would put it. Personally, exfoliated. World is great though. What this is suggesting to me is this is going to be a very supportive eclipse, the one right before February starts, and that's going to bring in for you a reality check. Yes, a reality check. But a good one. You know, if you have been I'm always talking to you guys about this, but I do think it's something you struggle with, which is that you prioritize everything. You're very good at being, you have that cardinal, intense focus, and I love it. It's so great. But you tend to commit to so many things, and then you wonder why you're feeling low energy or why you're not feeling like committing to more. And it's always that check it all again, right? Where are you putting this effort? Because I do think some of you are going to find, once again, that you're refining where you're putting your effort, where you're putting your foot, and making sure that you're checking in with what's working and what's not, right? And that's really important for you guys to do. So the World is strong. This is influencing you to make a choice that improves your lifestyle. And it's a very practical one. Because the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles, this is such grounded energy, and it really pairs well with you guys. But this isn't wishy-washy at all. I mean, what I'm seeing here is like major slow down, stop in your tracks, and refine something. Now, I know in 2017, the Tower was coming up like crazy for you guys. And I've talked to a lot of you, like it went down in 2017, whether it was a job, a lot of you, it was a crazy job situation. Some of you, it was personal, but at any rate, the Tower was present. I'll tell you right now, it's not in this reading. So what my point being that this is more about refining the details. It's about, rather than it being like, I have to leave this company for the rest of eternity because it's sucking my soul out. This energy is much more like, I need to take on less hours, or I need to step away from that friendship, or I need to look at my finances. We have second house energy, your possessions, right? I need to look at my finances and figure out where I'm investing in, and where I am putting, and where I'm saving up, and where I am spending, where I don't want to be spending. That's especially the Hermit energy. For some of you, you may be dealing with a Virgo. There may be a Virgo in the midst. However, I have to say, if it's a Virgo and this is a romantic thing, because for some of you this might very well be, this is a new beginning. It could be really spicy. It could be very good for you. Capricorn's looking for love out there. This energy right here is like new romance sparking, right? But what I'm more reading with this is where you're putting your finances, where you're putting your physical energy, and is it paying off the way that you want it to? And that there is going to be a tendency here this month for you to want to slow down and go through the numbers. I mean, we are approaching tax season, unfortunately. And, February, March tends to be that time most of us are having to go through a lot of that. Some of you who aren't in the US, maybe your tax timing is different or you do it quarterly. However, this is the time where you're going to be wanting to look at your QuickBooks, look at your finances, and get real with it. But here's the great thing. This is all positive because the Ace of Pentacles is an infusion of new money. And I do think it's maybe the way you're investing, or an opportunity to invest your time and energy in a way that will bring you greater reward. But it does ask you to do something really practical about it. And if you kind of like brush it off, you might miss this opportunity. Not that I'm fear mongering, because I do, I'm all about the vibrational universe. So if you're feeling good and you're just slowing down and taking that breath, you're going to make choices that feel right for you, right? So keep that in mind. So really strong start to the beginning of the month. I'm really liking that for you Capricorns. I think that's exactly where you want to be. It's a good place for you to like problem solve and get grounded and like strengthened up for the next phase coming up here. Great way to like kind of to continue the new Saturn placement and how it's affecting everybody. So let's look at the next three cards. We have the Two of Wands, the Emperor and the Star. Wow, you have some heavy hitters around you. I feel like there's a lot of personalities around you guys this month. But more than that, there's an element here of balance. So Capricorn, let's have a moment here. Let's have a moment. You all are really great at pushing forward, doing what needs to be done. I talk about it with you all the time. You're really good at it. But I know you guys are very deeply spiritual. You're very deeply tuned into the world. You feel it whether or not you show it externally or not. You may be able to handle it and shove it down or put it on the back shelf until you can handle it, you can deal with it or address it. However, what I'm seeing with these energies right here, here's that theme of checking everything a second time. Now, the first time I was talking about where you're investing time, energy, resources. This time, we're talking about where you're finding balance with your external story and your internal story. So the Two of Wands, great place to start. Here's a seed planting one. This is a gateway. I always talk about the Two of Wands as a gateway card. And it literally, look at this guy, he's standing in a gateway. You know, he's at the edge of the world, the land, looking out of the ocean with the world in his hands, right? So this is a card about faith, belief, and standing in a doorway between two worlds. And it's about setting your seeds of intention, planting your seeds of intention with care, integrity, and precision. So this is the ultimate manifestation card, but this is like step one, asking. And here it is, right? And how does Capricorn get into this energy to the best of their ability? That's where these two major arcana players come in. You know, the Emperor is the Aries card, the Star is the Aquarius card. Both of these energies are so intense. You know, the Emperor is this leader who initiates and puts on a good show for the benefit of all of his underlings, right? We're going to get this show on the road. This empire is running, and it is running on my steam, on my leadership, on my willpower, my sheer willpower to sit in this seat and get it done, right? Like, the Emperor is not messing around. And that's, I think you guys can really relate to that, right? I think you have so much of that in your DNA and your bones, which is what's so admirable and interesting about you all. But then it's next to the Star. And the Star is up here, like, in the collective, thinking about how we exist as vibrational beings who are doing this work to be more in alignment and to heal and to exchange energy and to be together in a collective. So one's about your individual identity on the exterior, and one's about your internal journey and your journey with the collective. Yeah. Just, you know, some light banter between these two. But here's what's interesting. They're hanging out with the Two of Wands. So this is two sides of you guys. And I think they're both such essential parts of you. And I think maybe you have been putting a little bit too much emphasis on the external story. And you may not have been honoring whatever the Star is trying to nudge at you. So this is intuitive stuff, and it needs to override the identity, the ego. It needs to override the storyline that you feel will keep people's respect or understanding of you. That has to play second to the Star right now. You know, we are going to be in Aquarius season for most of February up until about the 19th. Then we're heading into Pisces. In fact, let's go there because the next three cards really reflect the Piscean shift. And I tell you what, I haven't done a lot with astrology this month, but the last 10 days of February, it's Pisces season, and man, do planets start going into Pisces like nobody's business. So we are going into the water world. We are going into your third house of communication, and you guys happen to have this really deep, really profound energy for your third house. And I will show you the last three cards. Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups, Two of Swords. Man, you guys. So middle of the month with the eclipse and everything, you're going to start a deep dive. And once we hit Pisces, you're going all the way there. You are going all the way in. You're going on a nice little cruise into the ocean, drop an anchor, and taking a swim down there with some blue whales. You know, that's like the deal here, you guys. And so just be prepared. You're starting off very grounded, very focused, very clear, and you're slowly getting to the heart of a hot button issue within your soul. I know that sounds, okay, you know, this is going to be super individual, but the Seven of Cups, this can come up, and I'm feeling this with you guys. There's a little bit of self-doubt. Well, all that Tower energy in 2017, no wonder. You know, how can you have faith after all of that? Why did all of that have to shake out the way that it did? Because it was nuts, I know. And now you're kind of being asked to go back to this Two of Wands portal energy of manifestation and trust and belief and looking in the wide angle lens, and then you hit the Seven of Cups. But here's how you leverage the Seven of Cups. So yes, it can feel like this foggy, distorted, strange world where you can't tell what cup is going to open up what energy and what is what. It can be crazy, right? But the Seven of Cups is actually a very useful tool. Hang in there with me for a moment here, Capricorns. The Seven of Cups, if you breathe, right? If you breathe, you calm down. Yes, you're in the water. Okay. Look around. Look around at all these cups around you. And it's like lucid dreaming, right? You can pick up any cup you want. You can also not pick up the cups that aren't looking good to you. If you don't want a severed head or a snake, don't pick up the cup. These are all metaphors for different things you could be working on. But once again, I keep getting the sense like sometimes it takes us a while to admit that a certain cup we've picked up and we've been sipping from is something we don't like. You know, like it's like orange Kool-Aid. You don't like sugary drinks, and you don't like orange flavored things, but you've been drinking this orange Kool-Aid when you could just put it down and get a nice seltzer water or whatever you like, right? There's kind of this aha moment with the Seven of Cups, but it does pull you in and says, you've got to stop and look. Now, this can really apply to relationships. This can apply to the way you're investing your resources and your time and your energy and your passion. However, in doing that deep dive, you guys are coming to something. You're coming to something really beautiful. Ace of Cups is a fresh beginning. It is an opportunity. So this way crazy, foggy, trippy, wild ride that you're on over here in Seven of Cups brings you something very clear. Very clear. For some of you Capricorns out there, I tell you what, actually I think February is going to be super romantic. And it's going to be with people who are deep diving along with you, and who are going to be companions with you on a much bigger journey that is post the Tower year and much more in alignment with who you want to be for the next 10 to 15 years. I'm going to just throw that out there, and we'll see how the months unfold the rest of the year, but that is picking up strong. But the key component to that is to slow down. Two of Swords, last card, really powerful. Two of Swords shows up when you are being asked to stop pushing forward all the time. Okay, we're going to take away your sight. We're going to take away your ability to just slash at things, and you have to sit there. How do you want to utilize your skills and your tools in this life? You don't want to just cut away at things. You don't want to just pick up whatever cup is in front of you and drink and get it all done and check it off your checklist, right? That can't be happening. You have the Ace of Cups here. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. You have the World here. You have the Star here. You have the Two of Wands and the Emperor. These are all initiating, fiery, powerful, focused energies that are saying, yes, you can have it. However, you have to slow down enough to perceive what it is you really want. Not just what other people want for you. Not just what identity you built for yourself when you were 7 and you were a go-getter and people realized you were a go-getter and then you realized you could get validation from that. No offense, it's great. I'm validating you right now with that. Not any of that. No. Because there's a hidden truth about who you really are and what you really want to contribute to this world. And that is your golden ticket. And the only way you're going to get out of the Two of Swords energy, in fact, is to hang out. But the Ace of Cups is saying you guys can have it. You can have that love. You can have that job and that work environment that works for you. You can have a lifestyle that is connected to your vibrational soul and not just the material identity. It's kind of epic stuff here. Yeah. It's very spiritual this month. Capricorn, you guys are really parsing through these elements of yourself, and it is beautiful. I'm excited. I do think you're going to get good results from this process. It's not just going to be a detrimental, scary slide into chaos. It's much more, it's a lot more behind the scenes than up front and center. It's a short month, and we have some eclipses going on, so this is a great time to do some of that parsing out. It will set you up for March to be probably a lot more high action, a lot more about, communicating and expressing and doing with others. And what's great is that you won't be wasting your time because you'll have set up to only do the things that you really want to be doing. So with that, my lovely Capricorn, please check out Pink Lune. As always, I am seriously wearing some of her most beautiful stuff to date. And often you can, like these earrings, these are the only ones that exist of hers, but these are handmade, amazing materials, and she's still giving you 15% off, but you gotta keep up with her because this is stuff that you will never see ever again in the world. So keep that in mind. And I am going to keep posted for big updates about this community and more things that I'm going to be doing with you all. I am working towards that, and I'm really excited to continue adding to this conversation. So keep posted, and I will see you guys in March.